Hello, I am going to give you a brief rundown of this Istation report that your student came home with. It is the student summary handout, and it gives us a really good idea of how your student is performing. Some of the obvious things are their grade level, their classroom, the school year. Every student is on a certain cycle. The student is on cycle 9. Your student might be on 3 or 4. That is nothing that you need to be worrying about. And in no way does it tell us if the student is behind or ahead by looking at the cycle number. The program usage hours over here, the student has 18.1 hours. If your student is 5 hours or below, then they have not been using it as much as I have instructed them to during the school day. This is the last time the student used Istation, and then their Lexile level, which is their reading level that they scored based on this program. If you would like to get a chart telling you the Lexile level for each grade level, please email me and I can get that to you. Okay, now down here it says overall reading. The student is at a tier 1, which is where we want all students to be. Tier 1 means that they're performing at or above grade level. And then the grade level equivalent is where are they? This student is at grade 3, month 3. Okay. Text fluency, this student is in a tier 2. So this is going to give me a little bit of a heads up and dive in deeper to see where this student is struggling. Now down into each square, each yellow dot is a time that your student logged on, and it's giving them a score, the ability index versus the month. The blue line is the student's trend line, meaning if they continue progressing and getting the scores they've been getting, then their trend line is going to, this one here is going to go up. So that's their overall reading. Text fluency. You can see a couple of them have dipped down when they first started in September, then closer to the spring, maybe in the late winter, they had one that was low. As long as their trend line is going up, that's what we're looking for. But as a teacher, I can go into that specific test and see the parts that they had problems with, and even down to the question, and also hopefully be able to remember, was that student having a hard time? Was something going on at home? Were they tired that day? So those are all things that we take into consideration. But when you do see one that's lower, like here in the comprehension, we have this one that's high, and then 2 times later, they dip down. Now, even though their trend line is going up, it still is something that I'm going to look at and see why they went down on those scores. Okay? So you can also see vocabulary and then spelling. They do test on spelling. How do you spell this word? How do you spell that word? And then vocabulary, understanding what you're reading, knowing what different words mean as you're reading them. Finally, the priority report overview. It's going to give you the report. So this is the vocabulary report and the status of that report. So the student is having some ongoing difficulty meaning, and the legend is down here, the student is continuing to demonstrate some weakness with this skill. So I'm seeing a trend that it's spelling and understanding word meaning. So I can go into each of these tests and see specifically where that student is struggling. This is not a report that we want to send home and have you, get stressed out or give your student more work to do. It's just another piece so you are aware of how your student is performing. The required usage for Istation is that every student is on Istation once a week for 30 minutes. We do take care of that at school. They log in. We have a specific day set where they log in and they are required to do Istation for 30 minutes. The beginning of every month, the first time they log into Istation, it takes them through an assessment. And then it sets them up on their what they showed as weaknesses as they were being assessed. Istation was gathering information and created a program for what they need to work on, and that is also where the cycle is determined. So it is very comprehensive and tells a lot of information, not only for parent, but for teacher, so that I can tailor each student's instruction to their deficiencies. If you have any questions about the report or how your student is doing in reading, please just let me know. Email me. And if you need more information on this report, please email me. And if we need to get together and go over things, that's fine too. I'm here to help you as a parent understand, but also help your students to do the best they can. So have a great day.